Town Council to order. Please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Get the bench here. If Councillor Bedison would read our mission statement, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Silver City is the hub of an inclusive community settled within a small town that, through guided growth, honors and preserves its historical, cultural, and natural heritage while facilitating jobs, health, and educational resources such that the residents and visitors may enjoy and protect the recreational opportunities of the area and high quality of life.
Thank you. The first thing on the agenda, which actually not showing on the agenda, but we're going to do it anyways, is a proclamation for Think and Buy Local Week. And if I can get you to join me at the podium.
This is a proclamation whereas the Southwest New Mexico Green Chamber of Commerce is focused on supporting the success and strength of our local economy and encouraging the efforts of our local business owners. And whereas the Southwest New Mexico Green Chamber of Commerce was officially organized in January of 2010 with the stated purpose of supporting the efforts of socially and environmentally responsible business practices such that they positively impact our community. And whereas the first annual New Mexico Tamale Fiesta will be held in downtown Silver City on December 10, 2011 from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. to promote local foods, independent businesses, and a new tourism event to help build a sustainable economy. And whereas encouraging local buying has proven to positively impact communities on multiple levels, including the following. Buying local keeps Silver City unique. The one-of-a-kind shops, restaurants, and businesses that call Silver City home are a huge part of what makes us special. A multitude of small businesses, each selecting products based on the needs of their local customers, guarantee a broader range of choices. Money spent local stays local. Studies have shown that money spent in a local business stays in the community. According to the Austin Unchained Civic Economy study, for every $100 spent at a locally owned business, $45 goes back into the community and our tax base. For every $100 spent at a non-local business, only $14 comes back. Local businesses give more to their communities. Local businesses give a greater amount of money to local causes. Nonprofits receive an average of 350% more support from local business owners than they do from non-locally owned businesses. They also directly inject money into the local economy through payments of wages and benefits to local residents. Buying local is better for the environment. Independent businesses more often locate in dense commercial corridors instead of developing on the fringe. This means less sprawl, habitat loss, congestion, and pollution. Strong local economies promote competition and diversity. Healthy local businesses encourage more competition, more choices for consumers, and better prices. What and where you buy matters. Every time you patronize a local business rather than a non-local store, it builds your community. When you buy local, more of the money spent goes from the cash register back into your neighborhood. Local businesses cost communities less. Neighborhood businesses require less infrastructure, investment, and use public services more efficiently than nationally owned stores entering the community. A recent study found that small downtown stores generate a net annual surplus of $326 per 1,000 square feet. Big box stores, strip shopping centers, and non-local fast food outlets, on the other hand, require more services than they produce in revenue. A big box store creates an annual tax deficit of $468 per 1,000 square feet. Local businesses are invested in the community. Local businesses are owned by people who live here, work here, and have invested in the community with much more than just their dollars. They support the kinds of relationships that can last for generations. Now, therefore, I, James R. Marshall, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the town of Silver City, do hereby proclaim December 3rd to December 10th, 2011 as Think and Buy Local First Week and urge all citizens to support our independent and locally owned businesses. Sissy?
Thank you very much, Mayor. Sure. We're really pleased to be able to celebrate this week, not only here in Silver City, but we will be doing this statewide. And we really want to encourage all the citizens, don't go online, go downtown. And especially for this holiday season, think local, buy local, and be local. Thank you very much.
Next on the agenda is public input. You have 5 minutes to speak, and if you're looking at me, I'll give you a 1-minute warning. And the first up is Lori Ford, reference CAT's annual membership meeting.
Good evening, Mayor, councilors, staff, and public. My name is Lori Ford, the Executive Director of Community Access Television of Silver. I just wanted to let everybody know, and since this will be airing on CATS, that CATS will be having its annual membership meeting / holiday celebration the 17th of December at the Silco. It starts at 5 o'clock and will go on till about 8. The attire is semi-casual to formal because we're thinking that people probably have other holidays parties to attend, so we don't want them to feel out of place if they just want to stop by the Silco. It is it's going to be sponsored by Comcast, which we're extremely excited about. There'll be music, food, drinks, all that fun stuff. And I just want to invite everybody, the public is invited. It is a community access television station, so we'll be selling memberships there also. And for anybody that doesn't know, CATS is a nonprofit, and Sissy was up here talking about local. It is definitely local media. Community access television is, and Comcast does supply those channels for us. And we're very excited that Comcast has stepped up to the plate this year to sponsor this event. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that it's probably the best CATS annual membership meeting yet to be put on. So I just wanted to put that out there. Again, it is December 17th from 5 to 8 at the Silco in beautiful, historic downtown Silver City. Thank you.
Next is Susan Alman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council members, and fellow citizens. I'm going to talk about a program called Health Point, which I heard about on the radio. First, I want to say that I think the world population has just about reached 7 billion, somewhere around there. Out of the 7 billion, 1 billion people, it's estimated, do not have access to clean water. And that causes all kinds of problems. Childhood diseases and retardation and death and animal death and drought, and you can imagine. Well, there's a program called Health Point, and they're functioning in India now, in a town in rural areas. It kind of reminded me of Silver, how they describe it. It costs 14 cents for each health exam. They do very fast health exams. They have a very simple low-tech filtration system. They deliver water by truck out to villages. People also ride in on their bicycles. They walk. They come with carts. So they come in at the central place. They get their health exam. They get diagnosed. They get treated. depending on what it is. They can do it at a simple level, and they get water and food. And to me it sounded so great. If they can do that so cheaply by filtering water, I don't know if it's charcoal or what they use. I mean, it sounds great. I think we could do that in Silver. It would be easy. We could recycle our water. That's what I wanted to say, and I wanted to say yes for Cook and Cats. I'll be there. Thank you.
Susan. Next on the agenda, excuse me, is council comments. Councilor Bettison, would you like to start?
Thank you, Mayor. After the last council meeting, I attended the National League of Cities meeting that was being held in Phoenix, and I was able to meet other municipal officials and staff from communities like ours that have universities that are small, and then also attended the Western Municipal Association. Just a few observations. Attending the University Communities one, I found that, the work that our mayor's doing with our new president at the university, that we have an excellent relationship with our university, especially considering some of the town's relationships. It's really, they kept saying, how did you do it? I said, well, the mayor needs to talk with the president and vice versa. So we really are doing a great job. In the university community section, we also heard about a sustainability program, the work that's being done at in Mesa, Arizona, and in particular talked about the Department of Sustainability that's the only one in existence at Arizona State University. And after the presentation by the individual that teaches, one of the individuals that teaches in that department, I went up afterwards and suggested that he might want to give his students the opportunity of knowing that small communities in New Mexico, including Silver City, are very progressive, that they're moving towards doing sustainable projects, and that they don't have to just work for a really large community such as Mesa. And I did give him my card and suggest that he contact me so that I can get him in touch with the town manager and the mayor, so that there might be a possibility of placing some interns from that department, from that program, to work here in our community. And the last thing that I learned quite a bit about is that the Western Municipal Association, which covers all the western states, we have a lot of similar issues, and the one that really is the most common of all is the threat to municipal revenue streams. It's common across all states because states are looking for ways that they can bolster their coffers at the expense of municipalities. And so I know the mayor and, of course, our town manager, and then as a board member of the Municipal League, we're all working towards ensuring that our state legislators understand and acknowledge that we can't profit from our revenue streams, municipal revenue streams, because ultimately it's going to affect the state. So it was a great meeting for me. I learned a lot, and I hope to continue to go periodically to learn more. The only other comment I really would like to make is I met with the folks that are designing the Penny Park, what we're doing, and they're so excited by the design, and that they said that they want to make sure that when it's completed, they love the location, just the beauty of where it is, and the community spirit, that they would like to put it into their catalog. Albuquerque, one of their parks is in the catalog, but they would like to feature Silver City's Penny Park. So we'll see what happens when it gets done, but they're very excited right now. They can't wait to get here and finish it up. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilor Thompson.
I'd just like to thank everybody that participated in the Street cleanup. There was met the Aldo Leopold students here. I think there were 25 or so of the students that were there, and plus another 10 or so got about a dump truck load of garbage out of city property. It was a lot of fun. So thank you. That's it.
Thanks. Councilor Ray.
Yes, thank you, man. I want to express my feelings to what Councilor Benson just said about Western New Mexico. We have to support Western New Mexico in their sports, and we do have a real good relationship with Western. Also, I talked to Nick Seibel here a while back, and this Saturday we're going to have a movie for the kids downtown. And it's going to be The Grinch, and it's going to be at the Circle Theater, and hopefully we used to do this years ago, so maybe the people can shop downtown, and we're going to charge a can of food for the kids to be into the show. And we did get some donations from AM Bank, and from LULAC, and from First New Mexico Bank to help us defray the cost. And also, the town council will be involved with this, and some of our local veterans, besides Main Street Project. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Morales.
Thank you, Mayor. Along with the Saturday festivities, there's going to be the Loudy Christmas Parade, and hopefully everybody will be able to attend that. After talking with Nick a little bit, I know he's excited and thinks that it's going to be a great show. So everybody turn out on Saturday and enjoy a movie, enjoy Loudy Christmas Parade, shop downtown. Let's keep our money in town. That's it for me. Thank you, Mayor.
If you want to know what I was doing the last 2-3 weeks, refer to Councilor Bettison's report that she just gave, plus a few other things. So we'll just move on. Any changes to the agenda? Seeing none. Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes of the regular meeting of November 8th, 2011.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the minutes of the regular meeting of November 8th, 2011.
Mr. Mayor, I second that motion.
There's a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Is there any discussion? There's a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of November 8th, 2011. There being no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is under reports. We're going to go straight to it. Come on, Sam. We have a AmeriCorps statewide launch report by Sam Costello, Executive Director of the Wellness Coalition.
Then you have a slideshow for the... You're going to go get a copy of the report in a second? Get that
Yeah.
So good evening, Council and everyone else in the room. I wanted to just give you guys a quick update on a really successful event that we had recently in Silver City, the statewide AmeriCorps launch. And I'll just give you a little quick background just to let you know that each year in the state of New Mexico there's around 930 New Mexicans that are serving in AmeriCorps programs. They're doing work in education, healthcare. They're working on the environment, economic issues, other community needs. Here locally, you have one of the largest AmeriCorps programs in the state, in that we have a 7-county partnership working where we've got AmeriCorps sites here through the Wellness Coalition in Truth or Consequences. We've got them in Lordsburg. We've got them here locally in Silver City. The bulk of our AmeriCorps members are serving in Grant County at the Volunteer Center, at the at Refugio. They're at the Aldo Leopold Charter School, all over, doing a lot of great work. There's more than I've mentioned right there. But this year, something really special happened. That's that the State Commission for Community Volunteerism selected Silver City and the Wellness Coalition's program to host the AmeriCorps statewide launch. So this is where we bring together everybody from across the state, Corps members, to work on kicking off a year of service, giving back to their local communities. We did this event October 20th through the 22nd. It was a 2-day event with a 3rd day dedicated just to doing service in the community. We had over 16 programs, or around 16 programs participating, groups from Gallup, Teach for America was here from Gallup. We had Rocky Mountain Youth Corps from Taos. We had several programs from the Albuquerque Bernalillo area. We had programs from Las Cruces, from Ruidoso. All over the state came down here. Around 245 participants total were here in Silver City for the 3 days that we held the launch. We did around 1,200 hours of community service for local projects. We helped Serenity Acres get ready for their big annual membership kickoff event. We did work down at the San Vicente Creek doing cleanup. We helped with the wetlands restoration at San Vicente Creek, or San Vicente Wetlands down at near the golf course. Virginia Street Botanical Gardens received some AmeriCorps support. The Montessori School, both their gardens and their playground. A group from Playworks came and helped at the Montessori School, helping them spread wood chips and move slides and do all sorts of great playground restoration. Habitat for Humanity had a couple days of service, helping get the house painted and some other installation work done there. The Grant County Food Drive, sponsored by the Volunteer Center, was also one of our service sites. And then the Iron Bridge Willow Restoration Project, where we actually went down and replanted some willow trees that had been provided for us down at the Iron Creek Bridge to help do a little bit of restoration work there. So a lot of great service work that went into it. But what the town may really want to be curious to hear about is that there was also a huge investment in the economy. We spent around $16,000 in local hotel stays. All these 200 people had to stay someplace, and they were staying here in Silver City. In addition to that, we spent around $15,000 with local vendors shopping local, so that each meal was provided by a different local downtown merchant. Food, rental, trainers, everything that we could, we tried to get sourced locally. We also are estimating that on Friday night and some of the snacks and shopping that was going on, that probably around another $7,000 was spent by attendees at the conference. And if you want to factor in the value of volunteer service, there's a nice little calculator that you can use, which is around $21 per hour for volunteer service. This is a national calculation, so I'm not doing anything here that anybody else is. And it's a really valuable calculation to make. Those 1,200 hours were valued at somewhere around $24,000 to the local folks that were receiving that input. So all in all, about a cash investment of around $38,000. If you add in our in-kind contribution, you're looking at easily $62,000 over 3 days invested in the local community. So we're really proud of the way that service, investment, and everything can happen all at once, and the good and positive feelings of having local folks come down to Silver City. I've just got a couple of quick slides because the picture tells a whole lot more, and I'll also tell you guys the story about how we did this downtown at multiple locations and venues. So we were down at the Silco Theater. We were at our venue at the Wellness Coalition. I've got to give a big thank you to the owner at the workshop at Carneros building, who was able to let us utilize his building during the launch. We were also down at the Old Elks Lodge. So several different locations downtown, and we had basically, in effect, core members from all these different programs rotating around. The pictures you see down at the bottom are from the Red Barn, where we had our dinner, and big thank yous to the hotels, and particularly to the Red Barn restaurant for hosting an incredible dinner for us for a lot of people. They were really easy to work with and really good to the group. A couple more slides. Oh, we also utilized the old post office building. You see up there, that's our go-to trainer for CPR First Aid, JR, training a group up at the old post office building. So we also tried to breathe a little bit of new life into some buildings that haven't had a lot of activity in them recently. There's the workshops at the workshops at Carneros, and we even utilized the big ditch down there for some of our team building. So a lot of different activities, a lot of core members having a lot of fun. There in the bottom corner you can see Senator Morales, their swearing-in ceremony. Sissy did our keynote speech, and we also had a great tile project up here in the corner where a local merchant, Syzygy Tile, helped us create service tiles where core members from across the state have now participated in a mosaic project that we'll be presenting in the spring. That's really about it. We want to just say a big thank you to Silver City and to Grant County for letting us host the launch, for being such great partners, and your support of national service.
Thank you, Sam. You did a great job. Any comments or questions for Mr. Costello? Comment? Councilor.
I talked to Dave Menzie of Sam Vicente, and he was really impressed with the task force that came with the chainsaw group. So, highly skilled guy, and to be able to tap into that is the $21 an hour seems like it's perhaps around here, but to have guys that are that skilled in chainsaw work it's a great deal. And I've seen the work, and it's really good.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Brown, any report?
The only thing I wanted to report that we've had multiple bids come in and they've been opened. I guess we had some confusion, so we moved them till next council meeting. We did have the bid for the demolition of Penny Park that was set for this meeting. It's now set for the first meeting in December, and we're hoping at that time that we can bring the final two selections for the reconstruction to that council meeting, so that you can give us direction on which way to go.
Thank you. Would you repeat a discussion that me and you had the other day about the surplus at the city yard? Do you remember that?
Oh, yes. We've got a lot of surplus metal material at the city yard that we've been actually trying to get rid of. We've actually brought in 3 of the local recyclers and asked them to come in and give us bids on that material. No one actually showed up. So what we've ended up doing is working with the Solid Waste Authority. We're working with their contractor, hoping that they will come in and help us get rid of that excess metal that we have there at the city yard.
Thank you. I think it's important that we clean that up. There's some quite dilapidated vehicles and other equipment laying around.
Actually, the reason for a lot of that is that we've had auctions for those vehicles, and basically what usually ends up happening is that somebody will come in and buy something, they'll go into the vehicle, get what they want, and leave the vehicle there. So now we're stuck with trying to get rid of the recycled material, which now is pretty valuable, so we should be able to get rid of it soon.
You may want to change our auction procedure too. Mr. Russell, anything out of community development? Thank you. Councilor Bez.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the council go into executive session pursuant to New Mexico State MSA 1978, Section 10-15-1H, for the following reasons. Number 8, meetings for the discussion of the purchase, acquisition, or disposal of real property or water rights by the public body.
Is there a second?
Mr. Mayor, I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second to go into executive session pursuant to the law to discuss purchase, acquisition, or disposal of real property or water rights. Roll call, please.
Councilor Benson?
Aye.
Councilor Thompson?
Aye.
Councilor Ray?
Aye.
Councilor Miles?
Aye.
We'll be in executive session followed by a short recess and then back to business. We'll call this meeting back to order out of executive session. There was nothing discussed in executive session that was not in the motion to go into executive session. There was no decisions made. And the next item on the agenda is approval, disapproval of resolution number 2011-39, declaring the intent of the town council of the town of Silver City, New Mexico, to consider for adoption an ordinance authorizing issuance of the town of Silver City, New Mexico gross receipts tax improvement revenue bond series 2012 for the purpose of to finance the acquisition and construction of certain capital improvements for the benefit of the town and its residents engaging certain professionals to act on behalf of the town in relation to issuance of the bonds, and directing the town manager and town clerk to take necessary action in connection with the issuance of the bonds. And we have Mr. Muirhead with us tonight, who will explain what we're doing as far as this and what the difference has been.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. I was fortunate to be in the area, so I thought I'd come over and explain a little bit what's different about this particular process if you choose to go down that road than what you just went through in the last 6 months. This particular resolution isn't magical in any binding sort of way. It does declare your interest in pursuing potential financing options for some capital projects that you've been discussing. There is no amount nor specific project at this point. It just authorizes the town staff to start working with myself and Mr. Valenzuela to pursue options to finance these capital improvements. What I want to highlight is that the last transaction that closed last month was a public marketing that you went out into the capital markets and borrowed the $6 million, one for the refunding of the new money. With that, there were the main thing that's going to be different. There was SEC rules and requirements about the disclosure about the town and about the financing and the project. Here, where I think that given the size and the nature of the financing, looking either through the New Mexico Finance Authority or a private placement with a local bank or other financing company, in that context, you don't have those same SEC rules and requirements of having that full disclosure. Those potential lenders are considered sophisticated investors that will do their own research into the quality of the town's credit, what tax or resources you're pledging for that repayment, and so you have the obligation to fully disclose to them what they're asking for. But in terms of the public marketing, where you provide the preliminary official statement and other disclosure documents, you don't have that here. You will have the same ordinance requirements, publication requirements, state law, and federal tax requirements as you've had in the previous one, but it will be a shorter, more streamlined process. Depending on how quickly you want to move, it could be in a December action item for a bond ordinance with closing in January, February. It could go, it's very flexible depending on just your time frame with the projects. So I wanted to just come by and highlight that this is not the same type of process. Still has legal requirements, obviously, and federal tax consequences, but it is not as complicated a process. So by this, well, I guess the final thing, by this resolution, it's not binding, doesn't require you to proceed with the financing, it just authorizes, gives the town comfort, Alex comfort to move forward and start that process. But until it closes, you are free to go any which direction you'd like.
Thank you. Alex, did you want to cover the actual debt service?
Yeah. When I spoke to Mr. Muirhead and Mr. Valenzuela, I discussed the potential amount that we were looking at financing, and Mr. Valenzuela actually was able to give me some preliminary numbers from a lender that he had spoken to already. And the reason that I'm very comfortable with moving forward with the amount that we're looking at borrowing is because over the 6-year period that we're looking to finance these projects, the actual debt service is approximately about $147,000 annually. When we did the refinancing on these last bonds, the refinancing actually saved us approximately $77,000 annually. This year, we actually are paying off another economic development loan, which was $67,000. So by moving forward for these next 6 years with the $147,000 in debt service, we wouldn't actually be paying any more debt service over the next 6 years than we currently are paying right now. So other than we would have these capital projects in place at probably one of the most opportune times because of the interest rates and all of those other things that are available to us right now.
The market, in terms of, and both of these lenders, the Finance Authority and it's Capital One Public Finances, who Mr. Valenzuela had spoken with, and they recently did deal with the Village of Ruidoso that went smoothly and good rates for them. But the capital markets still have historic low rates, and the finance authority's rates are driven by that as well as these other lenders. So that still, although you're not in the capital markets, the applicable rates will be driven by them. And right now it's very low, but as you watch the news and things, there's great volatility going on, and this gives you flexibility moving forward about how quickly to strike or not to strike to do that.
Councilor Dennis.
So just to clarify, the resolution before us is really to be made exploratory measures by the town staff, and that there's no commitment.
Right.
We're not doing anything in stone right now. What we're doing is opening up the possibility to explore opportunities
Yes.
that meet the town's needs without any commitment there.
Absolutely right.
Great. Thank you very much.
Any comments, questions from the audience? Seeing none, any comments, questions from the council? Entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I move for approval of resolution number 2011-39, declaring the intent of the Town Council of the Town of Silver City, New Mexico, to consider for adoption an ordinance authorizing issuance of the Town of Silver City, New Mexico Gross Receipts Tax Improvement Revenue Bonds, Series 2012, for the purpose to finance the acquisition and construction of certain capital improvements for the benefit of the town and its residents, engaging certain professionals to act on behalf of the town in relation to issuance of the bonds, and directing the town manager and town clerk to take necessary action in connection with issuance of the bonds.
Mr. Mayor, I second the motion as stated.
There's a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2011-39. Is there any discussion? There's a motion and a second, no discussion. Roll call, please.
Council Morales?
Aye.
Council Ray?
Aye.
Council Thompson?
Aye.
Council Bates?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is approval, disapproval of pawnbroker bond principal K. Dunnigan, doing business as Best Pawn, 115 and 117 Market Street, Silver City, New Mexico, bond amount $5,000.
Best Pawn at 115 and 117 Market Street. The building has been inspected by the fire marshal and building inspector. Ms. Dunnigan has executed and delivered a bond in the amount of $5,000 to the town to be approved by the town council as per the town municipal code section 10-202. The town's attorney, Robert Scavron, has reviewed the bond and said it was in good order. The business license is currently on hold pending approval by the town council of the pawnbroker bond.
Thank you.
I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilor.
I move that we approve pawnbroker bond principal K. Dunnigan, DBA Best Pawn, 115 and 117 Market Street, Silver City, New Mexico, bond amount $5,000.
Mr. Mayor, I'll second that one, stated.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? There's a motion and a second to approve the pawnbroker bond as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Good luck. Next item on the agenda is approval, disapproval of resolution number 2011-38, authorizing and approving submission of an application for a grant to the New Mexico Recycling Commission and authorizing the town manager to act as the town of Silver City's authorized agent in all matters pertaining to participation in the grant. Doctor.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. We're submitting, on behalf of the Office of Sustainability, we're submitting a grant to purchase some equipment for the recycling center. The grant will be to the New Mexico Recycling Coalition, The town is the only entity in the vicinity that's eligible to apply for the grant. The Southwest Solid Waste Authority is not eligible to apply. It will not incur any cost to the town. The town will be applying for the grant. Any work involved under the grant will be done by Southwest Solid Waste Authority, and the grant will purchase a conveyor belt and baler to use for baling recycling at the center. And if you have any additional questions, be happy to address those.
Mayor Council, because the grant comes to us, once the project is complete, we will have to go through the process of transferring the assets received through the grant to the Solid Waste Authority. And because the Solid Waste Authority is a quasi-governmental agency, it is completely legal to transfer those assets without having to go through public bid or auction or anything like that.
Thank you. Just comments that the Southwest Solid Waste Authority Board did see this and approve as well. This will address several concerns as we've increased our recycling and gone to single stream. I believe the trucks are leaving with about 35% or so of the load capacity, the tonnage capacity, because the products are not, we're not able to compact and bale them appropriately at this point. This would allow us to make fewer trips to the recycler in El Paso and increase our efficiency and our overall benefit in having a recycling program.
Our projections are that it could save the authority about $100,000 a year in transportation costs, being able to recycle more.
Any discussion from the audience? Any comments, questions, or motion from the council?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 2011-38, authorizing and approving the submission of an application for a grant to the New Mexico Recycling Coalition, and authorizing the town manager to act as the town of Silver City's authorized agent in all matters pertaining to the participation in the grant.
Mr. Mayor, I second that motion.
There's a motion and a second to approve the resolution number 2011-38. Is there any discussion? There's a motion, a second, no discussion to approve resolution 2011-38 as presented. Roll call, please.
Councilor Morales?
Aye.
Councilor Ray?
Aye.
Councilor Thompson?
Aye.
Councilor Beck?
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is approval, disapproval of resolution number 2011-36, authorizing the submission of a New Mexico Community Development Block Grant Program application to the Department of Finance Administration, Local Government Division, and authorizing the mayor as the town of Silver City's chief executive officer and authorized representative to act in all matters pertaining to the town of Silver City's participation in the Community Development Block Grant Program. Mr. Coates.
Mr. Mayor, councilors, I'm here on behalf of the Community Development Department, and especially Mike Ely, who couldn't join you tonight. He's our housing person, as you all well know. He's been working for several months with the Community Development Council to get them to make some alterations in their rules, and so that it would allow municipalities to request funds for additional housing rehab. And he was successful in that endeavor, and he has put together a proposal for $390,000 for the Community Development Block Grant that would allow the city to rehab 6 homes, and it would cost the town through $39,000 in match. Questions?
Do you want to clarify a little bit? As some of you might know, the CDBG program currently consists of the Colonias infrastructure program, which primarily focuses on water, sewer upgrades, and does do housing upgrades. And then there is the infrastructure program, which primarily works on streets, roads, those two types of programs. We, previous to this rule change, you were limited to either apply for infrastructure or colonias. They've actually separated out a third category for this housing program, so we are still going to be able to submit for an infrastructure project, which we plan on doing here in January. So this does not affect our ability to go forward on the usual route that we do to upgrade the streets within our two colonias areas within town.
Councilor Bitters.
So, just to clarify, the grant funds that we're seeking are $390,000, but our match is $39,000.
Yes, so basically we get 60-some thousand is what we're asking for. 59,000?
No, if it's
51.
okay, so it's $390,000 of grant funds. Our match is 1%, 39,000. So we're asking for more than 50.
Yeah, we're asking for 400.
Yeah. Well, no, we're asking for a little over $300,000. Yeah, 360. What?
It's 329.
Okay, but I have here 359. I thought you kept saying 59,000, but it's 359. Correct? Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. just you know.
Just comment on this resolution. This supports our housing plan and study that was done some years back and showed numerous housing in this area that needs to be brought up to livable standards in many cases. And I think it's been quite advantageous to many people that couldn't afford quality housing, which has many other consequences in their life. So I fully support this.
I want to commend Mr. Ely for really pursuing this to get them to consider pulling this third section out, which would still enable us to then go ahead and apply for the infrastructure portion.
Yes, that was something major because approximately 5 years ago, the Community Development Block Grant Committee board, actually, you used to be able to apply for both. And they separated it out so you could apply either or. And this is a major advantage to allow you to, now we can apply for two of them at the same time.
Great.
Any comments or questions from the audience?
Are these houses in the colonias? So they wouldn't be like in Vista de Plata?
No, they won't be in Vista de Plata. These are owner-occupied homes throughout the town. And they have to meet income guidelines. And this money would actually allow, if necessary, homes to be torn down and rebuilt from scratch, if necessary.
Councilor Biss.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution number 2011-36, authorizing the submission of the New Mexico Community Development Block Grant Program application to the Department of Finance Administration / Local Government Division, and authorizing the mayor as the town of Silver City's chief executive officer and authorized representative to act in all matters pertaining to the town of Silver City's participation in the Community Development Block Grant Program.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2011-36 as presented today. We all have the amendment that was done this afternoon. Is there any discussion? There's a motion, a second, and no further discussion to approve Resolution 2011-36 as presented and advertised. Roll call.
Councilor Basin?
Aye.
Councilor Thompson?
Aye.
Councilor Ray?
Aye.
Councilor Lawrence?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'll pass on your commendation to Mr. Ely. He'll appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is approval disapproval of resolution number 2011-37 to call for the regular municipal election to be held on March 6, 2012. Would you like to present?
I'm asking for your approval of the election resolution. Our next election is March 6, 2012. It's for elective offices of mayor for a 2-year term, one counselor in District 2 for a 2-year term, one counselor in District 3 for a 1-year term to complete the current 2-year term. Councilor Ray was appointed for 1 year, so there's 1 year left. And a counselor in District 4 for a 2-year term. We've just redistricted, so the districts do have different consolidated precincts now. I have posted the new district map at the post office, the courthouse, the annex, the public safety building, City Hall. It's on the website. I think that's about it. So people can go look at the map and see where their new district boundaries are to make sure what district they're in, and the new precinct numbers. The polling locations all are the same except for District 2, which used to always be at the public library. It now has been moved to Jose Barrios Elementary School. So that's the only change with the polling location. So District 1 vote at the Women's Club. District 2 will vote at Jose Barrios Elementary School. District 3 will vote at the Silver City Senior Center. District 4 at the Knights of Columbus. Absentee voting will start at City Hall on January 31st through March 2nd at City Hall. The early voting on machine will begin on February 15th and end on March 2nd. People that desire to register to vote for our municipal election need to do so by February 7th at the county clerk's office. That's the date that they close their books. The date to declare your candidacy for any of these elective offices is Tuesday, January 10th, 2012, in my office at City Hall from 8 to 5. The casting of votes shall be recorded on paper ballots to be counted on the M100 electronic vote tabulators, the same machines we've used for a number of years now. And I'm asking for your approval of this resolution.
Thank you. Any comments, questions from the audience? Seeing none. To the council.
The only comment I'd like to make is, just in case people think I'm running, I'm the only person sitting up here, the only position that is not running. That would be in 2013. So it just, it is an unusual year since all of the council seats to my left and around are actually up for election. That's all. Showing me.
Any other comments, questions? Entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution number 2011-37 to call for the regular municipal election to be held on March 6th of 2012.
A second.
I'll second it. As read.
There's a motion and a second to approve resolution number 2011-37 to call for the regular municipal election to be held on March 6, 2012. Any discussion? There's a motion and a second, no discussion, to approve resolution 2011-37 as presented and advertised. And no further discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilor Edison?
Aye.
Councilor Thompson?
Aye.
Councilor Ray?
Aye.
Councilor Lawrence?
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Entertain a motion to adjourn. I ain't staying here all night.
Mr. Mayor.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.